So what is going on, the guys? The King 777 HD here, and welcome to episode 5 of my Carrer Mode series. And in this episode I decided first of all to change the formation a little bit. I decided to go with a little bit of a 4-5-1 formation, where I have a centre attacking midfielder, 2 defensive-minded players, 2 wingers, obviously with a lot of pace up front. As you can see, we have Cole and Marshall, or Reed, obviously, the switching around, and we have also Ignacio Duma. And Duma obviously have been a fantastic signing for us, one of the best players we had in a long time in this side, and one of the best players by countryman in the season. And we went up against Chesterfield, and I thought this is going to be a great chance for us to get more victories, obviously get a better run in the league, as we had few very nice results in the previous episode, obviously, and we try to continue with that. And obviously Chesterfield are like a middle table team, so we had the chance actually to fight against them. Obviously in real life they are a very good team. I think they are in the playoff spots, but yeah, in this first half nothing really interesting happened now as it stands currently. Boys had to change the team a little bit. Cole on the left hand side, and we give Anderson the chance. Grown up to 68 already, so he actually grows pretty well. Even though we try to change the team quite a lot, and as you can see that we get a fantastic goal by Ignacio Duma, and this is why you have to have such player with a lot of flair in your Carrer Mode, because this is one of the players that have a lot of agility and balance. And obviously, even though he doesn't have like the fantastic ball control dribbling, at this point he still is capable of doing a lot of damage, and that is a beautiful finish. Brilliant goal for Ignacio Duma, and he's just absolutely vital, crucial player for us. But right before the end of the game, in 82nd minute, we received a penalty, and I couldn't understand for what. And for what actually I get the penalty for, but as you can see that we actually mistimed the tackle, or he falls on the ground. Typical FIFA 16 penalty, absolutely no reason behind that. But look at the save from Mitrushkin. He is by far one of the best keepers possibly in the league. He's absolutely fantastic, and I really love him in this season. I mean, he is just so good for us. It was unbelievable how many times he have kept us alive in the game. Obviously in this game as well, he keeps the clean sheet, as we are going to take the 1-0 victory over Chesterfield. Even though they had quite a bit of opportunities at the end of the game, we are taking the 3 points, and that was about time, to be honest, as we had a pretty tough season so far in the league. Obviously we're winning quite a bit of games, but at the same time we are losing quite a lot of games, so we try to get that consistency a little bit more, as we desperately needed better consistency. Obviously we are losing few games in a row, and then we're winning few games in a row, but then losing again, so it's like a roller coaster really. But on this stage we are on the 10th place in the table. This is the highest place I think I've been since the game against Wigan Athletic, or even the first 2 games I played, or 3 games I played in the season. And we're on the 10th place with 7 victories so far in the season after 16 games. And Duma is currently 4th best striker in the league, if I'm not wrong. Obviously Duma is scoring a lot of goals for us, and even Mitrushkin, our goalkeeper, is on the list of the highest clean sheets in the league. So that was very good, and as you can see there, our players are improving quite a lot, to be honest. But now was a very tough game against 2nd placed Burton, and that was just a great chance, to be honest. That was a great chance for us to try to get another great victory, obviously. And we decided to change the team a little bit. We decided to give Marshall the first team appearance, as he is very quick, and he also back from injury, as he was injured for quite a long time. Obviously now he's back. Obviously I think he was back in the previous episode as well, and it was great to see him. And they also give chance to Burke. He's actually on loan, because when I searched the players through the players, I only noticed he was only on loan from I think he was from Burnley, I think, or maybe even from Villa. I don't remember, but he was on loan. And the next game against Burton Albion was a very tough game, and we even though we created a lot of chances, but we that game was pretty damn interesting. There was a lot of chances going on. attack both sides. Obviously, a lot of attacks going even for us and against us. But we took the 1-0 lead. Beautiful created chance, and as you can see there, I think it was Evans to score the goal. Beautiful timing pass and brilliant finish. Obviously, this is how we play. We play on the counter-attack. Obviously, we are really enjoying to play on the counter-attack, as this is one of our play styles. But we also have conceded a lot of goals because of it, and as you can see there, our defensive record, by the way, is absolutely poor. I think we have like the worst defense in the league. I mean, seriously, if we are going to keep conceding as many goals as we currently do, we will definitely not be capable of going and win more games, obviously, and we are never going to get to the playoff positions. I mean, even the 6th place will be pretty much impossible at this stage. But we received the penalty in the 34th minute, and Ignacio Duma scored yet another goal this season. This guy was a freaking goal-scoring machine. I mean, amount of goals he has scored already is unbelievable. Obviously, had a few stinkers, but pretty much scored every single penalty I've taken this season. And he took his goal number 9, so he scored 9 goals so far in the season, which is obviously quite fantastic. And I'm really happy for him, obviously. But it was not over yet, as they get another opportunity right before the end of the half, and they make it 2-2, which is very annoying and very frustrated, and as well, as long as we also have been pretty decent defensively throughout the game. But they get this very unlucky, unfortunate opportunity, as our defense completely misunderstood each other. I think it was bounced up from one of my centre-back legs, and obviously Rayleigh scored his 2nd for the game. And this is pretty much how the first half ended, and nothing really more interesting happened in the first half. And seriously, 2-2, 4 goals in the first half is something you don't really see that often. We just do changes. Sam Wright is getting his debut for team, and Paul Anderson going for Marshall, as Marshall doesn't really look happy at the screen, as you can see there. But yeah, I mean, Marshall was very good player for us, so couldn't complain about that. But I actually forgot, and I think we actually lost the footage of the goal, and we actually conceded in the 62nd minute. Robbie Weir actually gets his goal, and we were down 3-2, and what a game that was, seriously. Even though we play on a world-class difficulty level, having 5 goals in a single game is pretty goddamn impressive, as obviously playing on world-class difficulty makes defense, or getting through to defense, a little bit harder, and that is a dreadful free kick, by the way. I've hit the post a couple of times during the season from free kicks, but that was just a bad one, to be honest. And then we had more opportunities. Doom obviously is having a lot of chances, and as you can see, there was a crossbar as well for Burton Albion. They really had a tough time scoring more goals, as our keeper was also keeping us alive in the game. And seriously, Mitrushkin, I think, is by far the best signing in this summer transfer window. I mean, he just performed so well. He's such a good player to have in Carrer Mode. Obviously, there are lots of great players in Carrer Mode, but he was just fantastic. And we lost the game, unfortunately, and Burton Albion went to the 1st place, and we actually have been a 14th place, which is pretty weird, to be honest, because we are not having so many bad results. I mean, 7 wins, 9 losses, obviously, and we only have 1 draw, but 7 wins. We should be higher in the table, but like the differences at the start of the season are just so low. I mean, you just can't do anything about it, to be honest, because it's only 17 games, and like a single win could take us to like freaking 8th place in the table. So you know what I mean. The difference are just so small. It's ridiculous. So improve our players, as you can see, even more players went up in rating. Players like Cole, I think, went up to a silver at this stage. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, actually went to a silver, low-rated silver, and Wright was very happy to get his debut, as he was a pretty good player. I mean, he was really outstanding, to be honest, but it's always nice to give youngsters a chance. Obviously, they get a lot of opportunities in the cup games, as we did, for example, in episode 3. We get a lot of opportunities, and the next game is against Kurpor, I think. I don't know how to pronounce this game, but they have we have 2 strikers in this game that actually scored 2 goals. I mean 4 goals in the last 3 or 2 appearances, which is very goddamn impressive. And this game against Cooper, I think it's Cooper Head, I can't pronounce this name, I'm so sorry for that. But the game was pretty even, to be honest. We created a lot of chances at the beginning of the game at least. They also had few opportunities in the 34th minute. And then they get a great opportunity just before the end of the first half, and they get on the lead. And I think this is Madden or Dichi that scored the goal. I think that was actually Dichi, the second striker, to get the goal in the 45th of minute. So the worst time possible to get the goal, in my opinion, because this is right before the end of the half, and that makes things much more harder. And we actually get another change. We obviously give a lot of substitutions to Anderson, as he's like a really standout player. I mean, he's consistent, he's high rated obviously in the team, and we obviously need him for fresh legs. As you can see that we get opportunity, but Cole was lucky in the finishing. I think if Cole had at least like 75 finishing, he'll be just one of the freaking beasts of strikers in the whole game. But Cole obviously had a poor finishing, and as you can see that he had lots of opportunities in the second half, but just could never ever get past the goalkeeper. And at the end of the game they get another opportunity, I think, or actually didn't. That was pretty much the game. We could not break through. Was lots of opportunities, but obviously our passenger play was pretty goddamn poor, and we lost the game against Kuntrop United. And after 18 games we were down to 14th place in the table, so not as bad as we did, for example, in the third episode, but we still need the consistency and obviously try to win more games throughout the series. But till now, hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and see you soon. Peace.